Street Boyz with a hard S for PS2, otherwise known as Simple 2000 Ultimate Series Volume 21, Kenkajoto, Yankee Bancho, Shower 99 Nen no Densetsu, released in 2004.
Another budget game from Tamsoft to review, and bloody hell, considering the load of Simple 2000 games they released, it won't be the last.
Street Boyz offers a unique blend of three-dimensional beat-em-up, urban exploration, and character-driven storytelling. Revisiting Street Boyz in 2024, we can appreciate its quirks and charms that show the Simple 2000 series as not just being a shitty collection of sports and pachinko games. So many goddamn pachinko games. Someone better tell Japan that when the fun stops, they must stop also. Fucking
there is
addicts.
A certain charm to the brawling that plays like the side-scrolling arcade classics of the 80s and 90s, only transferred into a third-dimensional space. Kinda like the game Final Fight Streetwise should have been. Maybe. I haven't fucking played that one. I have played Beatdown Fists of Vengeance though. Street Boyz unfortunately is not as good as that one. Beatdown as a three-dimensional beat-em-up is a fucking banger, as the doomed Zoomer youth of tomorrow might say.
Commitment to creating an immersive urban atmosphere.
Part of the budget-friendly Simple 2000 series by D3 publisher, this game attempts to capture the essence of classic Japanese delinquent or Yankee culture, setting its narrative in an alternate 99th year of the Showa era for God knows why.
Many genre predecessors, players control a bunch, a high school delinquent leader, navigating through various urban environments and engaging in street fights. The controls are straightforward, with buttons dedicated to punching, kicking, and grappling. Combos can be executed with a series of timed button presses, offering a bit of depth to the otherwise simplistic combat system.
I guess I should get into the story of this fat-ass boy, if anything for completionist's sake. Not referring to the completionist, of course. Disgraced ex-YouTuber who embezzled money from a chat. Street Boyz is set in a fictional continuation of the Showa era, in reference to the reign of Japanese Emperor Hirohito. You know, the one that didn't get hung at the gallows for war crimes. He sure as shit signed off, because if the Allies did that, the Japanese would have thrown a pissy fit and would have become communists just for the lols. Where was I? Ah yes, the Showa era ended in 1989 with big boy Hirohito dying a free man, but not according to the damn Street Boyz for some reason. By 2004, Hirohito was still alive, and I imagine this was done for social commentary reasons, but we didn't get far enough into the game to find out what point was being made, if any. Quite ambitious storytelling for a Simple 2000 game, it seems. I guess this alternate history premise, if anything, provides a unique backdrop of what is obviously another cash-in on the success of Sega's Yakuza, which in itself was a cash-in on Grand Theft Auto. What with all the street gangs and turf wars and shit, only Street Boyz does not have the guns or cars or following of the damn train whilst using both guns and cars. The protagonist, a bancho, is embroiled in a series of conflicts with rival gangs, aiming to assert dominance and uphold the honor of his faction, cause I guess in this game's historical timeline, Japan has retarded backwards from a nation-state into a bunch of feudal lords, only they are now all teenagers with spiky, non-binary colored hair. So, business as usual then.
The story is told through a combination of in-game dialogue and animated cutscenes, which, while not particularly engaging, serve their purpose in advancing the plot. The characters are archetypal of the Yankee subculture, complete with pompadours, school uniforms, and a penchant for delinquent behavior. This cultural representation, though exaggerated, adds a layer of authenticity and nostalgia for those familiar with the era.
Visually, Street Boyz exhibits the limitations of a budget title on the PlayStation 2. The graphics are serviceable but lack the polish seen in higher-end games of the same period. Character models are blocky, and textures can appear flat and repetitive. So, damn, repetitive. To the point where you might find yourself pissing about for 10 minutes trying to figure out where you are or what to do because every damn room, CJ looks the same. Despite these limitations, the game manages to convey a vibrant and lively urban environment, with various districts that reflect different aspects of city life in the alternate Showa 4 era.
The sound design, on the other hand, is more commendable. The soundtrack features a mix of rock and traditional Japanese music, which complements the game's atmosphere well. Sound effects, particularly during combat, are satisfying, with impactful punches and kicks adding to the visceral feel of the brawls. Voice acting is present but minimal, primarily during cutscenes, and while it is not particularly standout, it does not detract from the experience either.
One of the game's strengths lies in its breadth of content. Tanks often be put in the hours with this one, and besides the lengthy main story mode, Street Boyz offers several side activities and mini games.
Unlockable content, such as new costumes and character customizations, further incentivizes players to revisit completed levels and achieve higher scores. This, combined with the game's inherent nostalgia factor, bolstered by the fact that just not enough of these 3D sandbox/beat-em-up hybrid games are out there, makes Street Boyz a title that can be picked up and enjoyed in short bursts several times over.
We can imagine that the primary draw in its native Japan was its highly romanticized portrayal of Japanese delinquent culture of the 1970s and 80s. But context aside, this game still holds up due to its straightforward, no frills, if poor controlling, approach to the beat-em-up genre. However, it is not without its flaws. The controls are stiff. The game's combat mechanics, while functional, can feel repetitive, and the graphical presentation leaves much to be desired, even when compared to its contemporaries. Again, simple 2000 series, not sell me at full price 2000 series.
That said, the game does possess a certain charm. Its setting and cultural references provide a unique flavor that distinguishes it from other titles in the simple 2000 series, and is a damn sight more accessible than most of them, for fans of the beat-em-up genre who otherwise had to sit on their hands during the 5th and 6th console generations. Or those with an interest in Japanese delinquent culture, I'm sure you exist, offers an enjoyable, if imperfect, experience. Currently selling at £6 for £5 of ever-decreasing value, Street Boyz is worth fighting through the clunky controls and downright atrocious puzzle in the first level in order to play what really is too rare of a combination between crime sandbox and arcade-style brawler, outside of the Yakuza series that is. Sometimes, you just want to punch people in the face in an urban environment rather than shoot them in the face. I mean, you can do that in GTA, but shut your face. It's not like you can pick up goons above your head and throw them at other goons. Unlike in the Chad Alpha game Street Boyz, won the argument again, like I always do. Success, indeed. Anyway, play Street Boyz, it's good.